Pods retracting. Let's get out of here. Orbital pattern locked in.
Welcome to the Freestar Collective. Please maintain your current course while we scan your ship. All right.
Are you working toward that next technological leap? Then let Ryujin Industries help you.
Hey there, Attention. Space Rail. The premier center of all things incredible and with regard to 6 coffee flavors, we're using
Can you believe Xenofresh charges us a license?
Devin Anastas has run into some trouble. Worth it a
I
while.
said I'd talk to you sometime tomorrow. Please, leave me alone.
Sorry. Sorry to have bothered you.
No trouble at all. I understand you're just trying to be kind. Yes. Hello. I said I'd talk to you sometime tomorrow. No trouble at all. there you are. I'm feeling a bit better today. Sorry about all that before. The thing is, well, I lost my husband Thomas last week. He supposedly had a heart attack and fell from the upper platform. Of course, that's the official word from Neon Security. I'm not so sure they're telling me the truth.
Was Thomas ill to begin with?
He was almost 70, but according to Dr. Manning over at Reliant, he was in good health. Heart attack, my eye. There's no way that's what happened.
Nothing in this city is as it seems.
Spoken like someone who spent more than a day here. This place grows on you like a cancer. How that security officer could stand there and tell me Thomas died of a heart attack. Well, it's a damn lie is what it is. I'm sorry, this is my problem. You're just here to shop, and here I am filling your head with my conspiracy theories. Please forgive me.
What's the story behind the quick shop?
My husband and I opened the shop about 8 years ago. We were hoping to cater to the workers at Generdyne and Xenofresh. The business has had its ups and downs, but lately our rent has skyrocketed, so we've been forced to raise our prices. Unfortunately, the workers assumed we were becoming greedy, and as a result, we've had a couple of incidents with shoplifting and some vandalism. Honestly, well, I'm just trying to make a living.
I want to help you find out what happened to your husband.
Oh my. You're the first person in this awful, awful city that's reached out to help me. Thank you.
Why are you so certain there's a conspiracy going on?
The security officer's report said they never recovered my poor Thomas's body, which means they're only assuming he had a heart attack. But instead of leaving the case open until further evidence has been discovered, they've closed the book. I want to know why.
His death sounds too suspicious to simply dismiss as an accident.
Yes, exactly. Oh, I'm so glad I'm not the only one who sees the problem. I suppose the proper place to start would be with Neon Security's witness, Tevin Anastas, that pompous ass over at the Emporium in Neon. Just please be very careful. I don't want to end up with 2 murders on my conscience.
Is there anything useful you could tell me about Tevin Anastas?
Tevin owns the Emporium over in Bayou Plaza. He's a horribly overbearing, pretentious man who wouldn't dare set foot in the underbelly. The strange thing is, we've never had to deal with him in person. Why he'd be involved in Thomas's death is absolutely beyond me.
Have you ever had any problems with Neon Security?
Oh, everyone has problems with Neon Security. They're terribly corrupt, with Administrator Bayou using them as his own personal brute squad. They come in here from time to time, but apart from being forced to give them employee discounts, I've never had anything suspicious happen.
Could I take a look at what you have for sale?
Sure, I suppose that would be fine. I'm not at my best right now. Huh? Oh, Goodbye.
Rather be doing this than getting mixed up with gang.
Behold, the Emporium, Neon's premier seller of all...
So, why did you drag me in here?
You said you wanted to buy something nice for your girlfriend, so here we are.
Do you think I've suddenly inherited a fortune? This place is way out of my price range.
Hey, you're the one that told me she has expensive tastes.
There's expensive, and then there's the Emporium. This place is in a class all by itself.
Yeah, I guess. Take a look around. If you find something, I'll help you out, okay?
Are you sure you're in the right place? You certainly don't look like one of our usual clientele.
What does your usual clientele look like?
I cater to the high-end client. Affluent, intelligent, and successful. In Neon, that would be what we call the upper 10%.
Damn, I almost wore my entitled snob outfit today.
I take it from your tone I've made an error in judgment. Please forgive my disrespect. We have quite a few, shall we say, thugs that find their way into my establishment and create a disturbance. In fact, there's a particular Seoka member who calls himself Headlock, who repeatedly torments me by damaging my goods.
What's Seoka?
The Seoka Syndicate, of course. I'm surprised you haven't run into any of them. They're a group of organized criminals who use threats and violence to push their own agenda. And honest people like me tend to suffer the consequences. They're based out of Neon, but no one is certain who runs the syndicate. Could be anyone.
You should learn to defend yourself.
My education on Jemison consisted entirely of academics and poetry, so it's unlikely I'd be successful in that regard.
Even if he could defend himself, I fear things would severely escalate. He might even end up getting himself killed.
Anyway, I've already taken up too much of your valuable time. Was there anything else I could help you with?
What types of goods do you sell at the Emporium?
Oh, I carry all sorts of unique items from across the settled systems. Luxury products for the discerning buyer. I'm not one to boast, but my shop won me my position as Administrator Bayou's personal decorator. His penthouse is my pièce de résistance. Before I forget, I also pay top credits to travelers that bring me unique baubles and trinkets, so keep your eyes open as you explore the spaceways.
I want to talk to you about the death of Thomas Luzian.
I'm not telling you a thing. I've already reported what I saw to security. Stop wasting my time and leave. Your presence is bad for business.
Come on, you could tell me.
There's nothing to tell you. Get it through your skull.
You have a civic duty to reveal the truth of what really happened to Thomas.
I suppose I understand.
Keeping quiet about something like this must be hard on your conscience.
Don't patronize me.
I'm not going to let anything happen to you. Just tell me what really happened to Thomas.
You'd better be right. Oh my god, enough! I'll tell you what I know, if it'll get you to leave. I saw it happen. Thomas was murdered and thrown into the ocean. Afterwards, I foolishly reported the incident to security. For my efforts, I was rewarded with a gun to my head and threatened with death if I didn't keep silent.
Does the murderer work with security?
No. The officer that threatened me was completely different. And the murderer wasn't wearing a uniform. I'd wager that the murdering bastard has a friend in security that's covering things up for him.
Why weren't you at your shop?
Really? Am I not allowed to leave my own shop now? If you really must know, I was going for a walk. Shocking, I'm sure.
Why didn't you step in and try to stop the murder?
Nah, come on. I'm not risking life and limb to save someone I barely know. There are people that get paid to do that. I'm not one of them, so I simply prioritized my own safety and didn't get involved. A lot of good that did me.
I need more info. Tell me who did it.
It was hard to hear over the commotion, but I'm sure I heard Thomas call his attacker Russell and Rusty a few times. From what I could gather, the attacker was after credits, and Thomas refused to give him any. After that, well, Thomas went for a swim.
Have you ever dealt with Rusty personally?
God, no. I've seen him around here and there, but if he ever were to come into my shop, I tell him to leave immediately. In fact, I would never even talk to someone like him. I have no business dealing with petty criminals or Aurora addicts.
Tell me where Rusty is.
Where else would someone like him be, He stays at the sleep crates near Madame Sauvage's place. In any case, when you confront him, my name cannot be mentioned. I very much dislike sharing Thomas's briny fate. And with that, I must insist you leave me in peace. That is, of course, unless you'd like to make a hefty purchase. Welcome to the Emporium.
I have a flyer for you explaining a cross-promotion opportunity with Subaru Okudebo.
Oh? Well, maybe I'll give it some thought. Maybe.
I'll handle this headlock thing, thug, for you.
Oh my goodness, that's such a relief. You have no idea. Thank you for accepting my offer. Headlock's quite a dangerous gentleman. I believe you can find him hanging out somewhere in Epside near Frankie's Grab and Go.
Why would Sioka hang out at a Grab and Go?
No one knows. Sioka are sleek, well-dressed mobsters. They aren't low-life gang members. Why they choose to hang out at a run-down little convenience store like that is beyond me.
I doubt he'll be alone.
Probably not. Sioka tend to hang out in small groups. Good for them, but for us. Anyway, that's really all I know. Head back here when you've taken care of the situation. Good luck.
Can you tell me more about Headlock?
I believe he's a newer member of Sioka. They pulled him up out of one of the street gangs that crawl through our sewers. If you're wondering how I know about that, he boasts about it every time he comes in here. He's quite a large gentleman. I believe you can find him roaming the street somewhere in Epside near Frankie's Grab and Go. Look, if he somehow disappeared, you'd be doing everyone in Neon a favor. No one would miss him, no one would care. Come back soon. You never know what we'll have for sale.
Sophistication, their space, ready to
Good to see ya. Careful out there, buddy.
The Astro Lounge got you down. You're in the right place, baby.
I heard there's shortages over at Reliant Medical. Not great. Doc Manning better get his act together before the place shuts down.
Can I help you? You lost, kiddo?
This is a store, isn't it?
Sure. I just don't get too many quality customers here. Most folks head over to Newell's or the Emporium if they've got the creds. I'd say less than half my customers are legit. The others are just kids up to no good.
I'm not going to steal anything if that's what you're thinking.
Sounds like something a thief would say. I had some high hopes for this shop back when my husband and I opened it a while back. These days, if you ain't a regular, you're usually trouble.
Did something happen?
Of course something happened. Ain't that always the case? Let's just say, those hopes died a long time ago, and there ain't no reviving them.
What do you sell here?
Snacks, drinks, odds and ends, typical convenience store fare. Thought we'd snag a few of the Astro Lounge clubgoers who might want something to go on their way home. Turns out we were more appealing to the local gangs.
Open a shop in New Atlantis or Sidonia if you don't like trouble.
And live in a UC? No thanks. Besides, I ain't about to let a few undesirables chase me away from what I've built here.
How much business do you get back here?
I may not be on the main strip, but I make enough to keep me afloat. Lucky for me, my regulars are a devoted crew.
What type of people are your non-regular customers?
Mostly tied up in those good-for-nothing gangs. Those disciples and strikers always fighting over who gets to run the place, and not giving a damn over whose lives they ruin.
You said you started this business with your husband?
Solomon thought a small convenience store with cheaper prices would make a killing. Of course, the only killing made was when he got himself shot in a robbery. Now it's just me running this place, so you can see why I'm not a huge fan of strangers in my shop.
Saburo Okadigbo has a cross-promotion opportunity for you if you're interested.
Sorry, I'm not interested in that.
Tevin Anastas told me a thug named Headlock hangs around here.
Never heard of him. Now, are you gonna buy something or just annoy me all day?
I really need to know where he is.
How am I supposed to know where he is?
Come on, this isn't that important to anybody but me.
That's probably true. You just won't give up, will you? Yeah, I know Headlock can't stand him. And I heard some of the other Sioka can't either. That boy doesn't know how to keep himself out of trouble. What'd he do this time?
How do you know Headlock?
He's a customer. You're not here to interrogate me, so let's get back on track.
The usual Sioka stuff.
You are so ignorant. They're not all bad apples like Headlock. In any case, if you're so desperate to find him, he and his friends are probably hanging out in Warehouse 4 or somewhere near there. I gotta ask, what are you gonna do with him?
If you can't stay in Headlock, what do you care what I do with him?
I have no affection for him whatsoever. He's a good-for-nothing thug, and a boastful one at that. I wouldn't mind seeing him get smacked around and put in his place. But that doesn't mean I think he should be killed.
I'll shake him down to cover Tevin's expenses.
You're every bit a thug that Headlock is. I'm done talking with you. You have your info, and I have a shop to run. So either beat it or buy something. Sorry, I'm not interested in that. See you around.
Wait.
And those 100 other people lead This is Leon's premier social club. So come on in.
Who the hell are you? And who do we have here? You here for business, or to get your head caved in?
You need to leave the Emporium alone.
Is that so? I'm not just some low-life thug anymore. I'm with the Sioka now. You mess with me, you'll mess with the whole syndicate, and that won't end well for you.
What gang were you in before you joined Sioka?
The Ebbside Strikers. I ran with them for a good long while, but then it just became embarrassing. I couldn't even feed myself when I was with them. I clawed myself out of the gutter, and Sioka took notice. My talents were being squandered with the Strikers. I was too good for them.
Maybe the Ebbside Strikers were just sick of you and wanted you to leave.
Oh, so you think you're funny, huh? Keep talking like that, and I'll make sure you're eating trawl through a tube. So go on, hotshot. Give me a reason why I should leave Tevin and his shitty little store alone.
Why'd the Sioka recruit you?
They realized I'm an asset, of course. I'm one of their best guys. I'm tough, dependable, and I make a lot of money for the Syndicate.
It's the wise thing to do.
Go on, enlighten me. But don't waste my time.
Security will eventually have to get involved, and they won't go easy on you.
It's annoying how you're making sense right now.
This behavior doesn't benefit you at all. It's only making your life more difficult.
Sure. There may be some better uses of my time. It kills me to say this, but I see your point. Fine. We won't go around to the Emporium any longer.
We're done here. I'll be on my way.
Whatever. Next time, I might not be so nice.
Hey, buddy. Why don't you throw a few credits my way, huh? Help a guy out, yeah?
Let me guess. I'll end up in the ocean if I don't give you anything.
End up in the ocean? What the hell are you... Wait. No. He told me that everything was taken care of. No one would know. Listen, you gotta hear me out. I never meant to do anything. It was an accident.
Who's he and what did they just take care of?
A friend. An old buddy in security. But that's all you're getting from me. I'd rather take my chances with you than with him.
Why'd you target Thomas?
Why else? I needed some creds for Aurora. And everyone knows he and his wife run that shitty little shop. All they do is rip people off. He was bound to have creds.
Tell me exactly what you did.
I got in a fight with Thomas. I asked him for some credit, but the bastard wouldn't give me anything. Things got out of hand. He ended up falling off the upper platform. It was an accident, I swear. Then I called my buddy in security and told him what happened. He took care of everything after that.
Tell me who your friend in security is.
Hell no, I'm not doing that. I'm a lot of things, but I'm not a rat. Listen, I messed up, I know that. But nothing can change what's already done. Just let me go and I'll disappear forever. No one will ever see me again. No one even needs to know I'm alive. Just... come on, just let me go.
I'm not gonna kill you, but you better disappear forever. Leave and never come back.
Oh my God. You don't need to worry. No one will ever see me again. I swear it.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Bad part of town, buddy. I'm gonna do you a favor. Head back to Bayou Plaza before the disciples get you.
Who are these disciples?
A gang. Worst gang there is. They'll stab you for kicks, taking bets on how long you squeal before you bleed out. And that's not a hyper whatchamacallit. They seriously did that. Poor Ted.
I appreciate the warning.
We gotta look out for each other, right? Us crate rats used to think the Ebbside strikers were awful, with all the muggings and shakedowns, but now that they're on the ropes, kinda wish they weren't just holed up in Madame Sauvage's. Streets are getting bad. Real bad.
So these strikers are better?
I mean, yeah, they'll rob you blind, but at least they let you live. They're bad news, but compared to disciples, positive angels.
I might check these guys out.
Well, you'll find them at Madame Sauvage's. They're always holding auditions, as they call it. Looking for new blood. So, for being so helpful, chance for a donation. Come on, might be saving my life. What with the disciples and all. Have a heart.
I knew you had an angle. Not this time.
You can't blame a fellow for trying, right?
Look, man.
Be careful.
Have a heart.
Headlock
I can't
is
pay
a
right now,
dangerous
but I'll
gentleman.
spot you next time, okay?
I took care of Headlock. He won't be messing with you anymore.
Oh my. Now that is a true relief. I thought I would never be rid of him. I'm not one to get involved with the rabble, so I'm glad you came along when you did. Thank you for your help. Please visit us again if you're in the market for luxury items.
Sophistication or ready to make your
I'm going to be outside.
Hey there. Got the shakes, huh? Don't worry. Doc Manning will fix you up.
Is it that obvious?
Please state the nature of your medical
Yeah.
emergency.
Haven't zoned in like a week. My whole body feels like it's crumbling.
Yeah. Coming down off Aurora isn't easy.
Oh my goodness. Another poor soul. All right. Tell me what happened to you. Is it an Aurora overdose? Something else, perhaps?
No one cares if you're addicted to the stuff. Hell, that's what they want.
Are Aurora overdoses a common problem here?
Unfortunately, yes. You see, the more Aurora that a user absorbs, the more resistance their body builds up to its active ingredients. That means the user needs larger and larger doses in order to feel its full effect. Eventually, the doses get so incredibly large, the user's nervous system simply can't handle the overload.
Actually, I was just touring the clinic.
Oh, well, that's quite unusual, but you're welcome here just the same. Since you're clearly a first-time visitor to Reliant Neon, I'd love to offer you a free checkup, but I'm afraid I'm dangerously low on supplies.
Must have been a busy day then.
Every day is a busy day here, but that isn't why I'm low on supplies. You see, I'm a bit at odds with the current administrator of Neon. His drug is turning the streets into a graveyard, and he doesn't seem to care. We've argued about it on more than one occasion, and all he's done is try to persuade me to quit. Thinning out my supply chain is his newest tactic.
Have you tried taking this to a higher authority?
I've spoken to the people at Reliant Medical Corporate, I've talked to the Freestar Rangers, I've even gone to the Freestar Collective Council. Every answer is always the same. We're working on it. It's corruption at the highest levels. Ugh. So aggravating.
There's got to be a way to get around his blockade.
There is, actually. But it requires outside assistance. At this point, I've resorted to asking anyone that has a ship registered outside of the Volii system to bring me medical supplies. I pay them for the supplies, of course, but it's the only way I can sneak them past Bayou's people at the spaceport. Now, if there's anything else I can do for you, anything at all, you just let me know.
How exactly does Aurora work?
Aurora stimulates the neural circuits in the brain, specifically targeting the neurotransmitter serotonin in the prefrontal cortex. This causes significant sensory hallucinations, both auditory and visual. That's the enticement factor. As you can imagine, this state is highly addictive, and the user gets stuck in a vicious cycle. They need more Aurora to satisfy their cravings.
Is it possible to break an Aurora habit?
Well, it's completely dependent upon how long the user's been addicted. People have been using for, say, 2 years or less. I've been able to put through a full detoxification program successfully. But there are others who have been addicted pretty much all their adult lives, and I have yet to try and cure someone who hasn't relapsed.
Here's a flyer from Saburo Okadigbo explaining how you can both boost your businesses.
I wouldn't mind a bit of extra traffic as long as the supplies allow for it. A few extra credits never hurt.
I can help you with your medical supply problem.
That would be amazingly helpful. It's a relief to meet someone who gives a damn about anyone other than themselves for a change. Oh, and I'll pay you directly for the supplies, of course. It's the only way I can sneak them past Bayou's people at the spaceport.
How will we sneak the supplies past the spaceport authorities?
There's nothing to worry about. As long as packages aren't coming off a commercial vessel, the authorities won't scan them. That's why this has to be done slowly and methodically. If I get too much all at once, they'll catch on to my scheme.
How can you possibly afford to pay for your own supplies?
I use the proceeds from my paying customers. And by cutting a few expenses here and there, I'm able to use a bit of my own money. It's not a bother, really. The cots here at the facility are actually quite comfortable.
It's ridiculous that you've had to resort to smuggling.
There's nothing else to be done about it. These people need my help. Anyway, I have a contact over at the clinic in the Narian system. Abby Edding. She's one of the nurses there. She'll get you started. Thank you so much for doing this. You have no idea how helpful it'll be for the poor folk that live in Ebside. If you need help, remember Reliant.
These tariffs and taxes are getting ridiculous. Frank Rennick's all in a twist because his robot got vandalized. We had a good laugh about it back at the station.
And the rarefied air above the snow and a vast coast.
You're really going to walk on by and miss out on a chance to experience Euphorica? We have everything you want out of Neon and more.
Too bad I can't squeeze any Aurora from these fish.
I'm afraid I'm not in the best of spirits right now, but I'll try and help.
I know what happened to your husband.
Please, tell me everything you know. I want to hear it all.
Your husband's death was an accident.
I can't believe it. Are you sure? It all just seems so meaningless. One minute he's alive, the next he's falling into the ocean. Well, I guess we can never be prepared for death, and I'll just have to learn to accept this. At least I can take comfort knowing that my Thomas didn't die violently, as I feared. I never would have figured out the truth without you. I have credits for you here.
That's not necessary. I'm just glad I could help you.
Oh, you're so sweet. In any case, please know how grateful I am that you helped me. You're the only person to ever show kindness to me in this city. And now that I know the truth, I can try to focus on healing. Thank you for everything, from both myself and Thomas.
Sticks. Crime in this city gets worse by the day. Vandals, thieves, gangs.
I'm sorry. I did not understand your query. Please rephrase.
What don't you understand, Sticks? Crime happens because the people in charge let it happen.
I'm sorry. I did not understand your query. Please rephrase.
Yeah, you're sorry. You're always goddamn sorry. Try actually doing something about it for once. What can I get you? If you're here to buy, take a look around the shop. Just keep your hands where I can see them.
What are you afraid I'm gonna do?
Oh, I don't know. Stuff things in your pocket and run. Rob me at gunpoint. Shoot me in the head. I've survived on Neon far too long to take any chances.
I think coming into your shop was a mistake.
Maybe. That's up to you. But rules are rules. If you don't like it, talk to Styx. He runs our, complaints department.
Who is Styx?
See that giant Model A right over there? Yeah, that's Styx. And if I were you, I wouldn't get on his bad side. He has a very short temper.
I prefer settling my differences with human beings, not emotionless robots.
See, now, you're just getting technophobic. And that's gonna hurt his feelings. You know, I'm sick and tired of people coming in here and treating Styx like he's some kind of sideshow exhibit. I mean, look at that graffiti they sprayed onto his chassis. If I could find the asshole who did that, I'd make him pay for the paint removal.
Why do people give you a hard time about having Styx around?
I know you'll be surprised, but thanks to my sparkling personality, I don't exactly have the easiest time making friends. That means I spend a lot of time talking to Styx, and Model A robots, they're not really programmed for casual conversation. The net result is I end up talking to a machine and looking like I'm out of my mind. Hell, maybe I am.
I know it's none of my business, but what happened to your eye?
It's no big secret. I lost it fighting on the Freestar side during the Colony War. I was a ground pounder. Slogged it out in the trenches with the troops. I did pretty well, too. Until an EM weapon took out our transport. They pulled me out of the wreckage, but the damage was done. Honestly, I consider myself lucky. Most of the other soldiers died in the crash.
How did you and Styx end up together?
I knew a guy a few years ago who ran up a hell of a tab with me. I'm talking thousands of credits, but at least he'd make regular payments. One day the payments stopped, so I tracked him down. Found out he got mixed up with an Aurora dealer and fell from the upper platform. Since I had a legit claim, the city awarded me his property, which amounted to the contents of a storage container. Guess what I found inside? Took me a few months to scrounge up the parts, but I'd say I did a pretty decent job getting Styx up and running.
I could track down the person who defaced Styx if you like.
You'd do that? Huh. Okay. Maybe I misjudged you.
Why wouldn't someone spray your robot with graffiti?
Look, it doesn't take a genius to figure out that I'm not the most popular guy on the block. And that suits me fine. But this person took it too far, made it personal. I'm not about to let some delinquent hassle the only friend that I have.
I can't allow an assault like that to go unpunished.
Huh. I'm glad you see Styx as more than just a possession. The lowlife that did this to my buddy calls himself Warlord. You can probably find him somewhere near Euphorica. Scare the crap out of this punk, and it'll teach all the Ebside lunatics that nobody messes with me and the Styx.
Why is Warlord targeting you?
Warlord's one of the Disciples, one of Neon's street gangs that claims it owns Ebside. A few years back, the gang tried to break in here and rob my place, but Styx put one of them down and sent another to Reliant on a stretcher. He and his buddies have been harassing me ever since, mostly by scaring away my customers and stealing my deliveries. Warlord still swears he'll get even with me, And he came pretty damn close when he somehow managed to disable Styx and sprayed him with paint. It feels like it's only a matter of time before he gets past Styx, and I'm done for.
Saburo Okudebo has a cross-promotion opportunity for you if you're interested.
Don't need it. Don't want it. Take it somewhere else. The other day, Styx, I met a miner from Gazal.
I'm sorry. I did not understand you.
So what do you say? Are you ready to feel?
Okay, let's settle this once and for all. Velocity or Chimera?
Stay that way.
You kidding? Chimera, all day. Why do you think I'm here?
I'm an artist.
I don't know.
If you
Chimera's
want,
nice,
I can
but
turn your
velocity, that will get you hammered.
You like art?
See, you just proved my point. Down your third velocity, and you're out cold. By the third Chimera, you're floating on frickin'
like
cloud
art.
9.
You should see the tag job on the robot at Neon Tacticals. My best work.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Where the hell did Micah learn to mix a drink like that anyway?
Are you in a gang?
Well, let's face
Are you in a gang? You sound like a middle-aged bank teller. Yeah, I'm in a gang. The Disciples. Maybe you've heard of them.
Why do you hang out here?
Euphoric is home for people like us. And by people like us, I mean killers, thugs, and thieves. Now, I haven't killed anyone in a while, but that just means I'm due.
You consider yourself an artist?
Only when I have a knife in my hand. The rest of the time, I just paint.
Frank Rennick wants retribution for what you did to Styx.
That Cyclops should be thanking me. I dressed up his toy real nice, gave him a total makeover. He's lucky that's all I did after what that thing did to my crew.
Did Styx really kill members of your crew?
We tried to rob his store and reload our crew. That's when his little toy unloaded on us. Lost some good disciples in that group. If anything, that freak should be paying me.
Why did you tag Styx?
I thought it was pretty clever. If I trashed it, it'd stink for a bit, but he'd get over it. So I took a can of spray paint and put my tag on it. Now, every time that Cyclops opens up that eye, he's gonna see my art on his buddy.
So you admit to the crime?
Yeah, I do. And I'll make art out of your guts if you step out of line.
You're going to pay for the damages.
And what makes you think I will?
You got the strikers to worry about. Don't waste time with Rennick.
True. Don't want to fight a war on two fronts.
Rennick's not all there in the head. This needs to end. Haven't you lost enough of your crew?
Yeah, maybe. Fighting that old man is one thing, but that Model A is another story. All right. The Cyclops is one thing, but I know better than to mess with you. Besides, that Model A shredded my gun arm. I can't aim straight, let alone paint. Here, you give this to that freak and tell him we're even. See you soon.
Micah knows how to make a drink.
Not sure how much longer.
to blow a hole in something?
Warlord isn't going to bother you anymore.
Good work. I hope you made him squirm.
He agreed to stop. There's no point kicking someone when they're down.
No, that's exactly how you send a message. Still, I won't argue with results. Thanks. Styx is gonna get a new paint job, a coat of wax, the works. He's gonna look brand new. Oh, and here, for your trouble. You know, Styx, crime in this city gets worse by the day. Vandals, thieves, gangs.
I'm sorry, I did not understand.
Ebside's a bad place for tourists these days.
Sauvages. Nice.
Look, I ain't gonna stand around here all day, right? You want the stuff or not?
I'm still interested, but you're asking almost double the going rate.
What? You think this stuff falls from the sky?
Yes, what?
What are you looking at? This? This is Ebside Striker's turf.
Only the upstairs. Don't bother my customers.
Fine, upstairs. That's gang territory, got it?
If you're trying to scare me, you're failing badly.
Yeah, back in the day, you would never. Ugh. Yeah, you used to be people were afraid of the Strikers. We had a name, got it? Now the disciples got us penned up in this lousy bar.
Andrea!
Fine, fine, fine. This beautiful establishment. Do you have anything else, or are we done with this? Whatever this is.
What are the disciples like?
I mean, the Strikers will rob you blind, and if you back us in a corner, you're gonna bleed. But the disciples? Pfft, total nutjob animals. They torture people for kicks. And the only people that kept them from getting out of control? Us. And now we're all but ruined.
Can you tell me about the Ebside Strikers?
We were one of the big dogs. We could take what we wanted and no one gave us shit. And Briggs? Total class act. Not a psycho like the disciples. Now look at us.
The disciples sound terrible. I want to talk to whoever is in charge.
So you stroll in here and want to meet with Briggs? The nerve. Maybe you should meet with the business end of my shiv, huh, tourist?
No blood in my shop, Andrea. I'm this close to tossing the lot of you out on the street.
Fine, fine already. You're lucky. Only way you see Briggs is if you, want to join the Ebside Strikers.
What's so funny?
Oh, nothing. Joining us now is great. People are banging down our door to go down with this ship.
Take me to Briggs and I'll think about joining.
You know, I'll just do that. Right now. This ought to be good. Sure, let's go meet the boss.
I don't know what you think you heard, or maybe you should get your hearing checked.
How many velocities did I have?
Strikers look out for one another, right?
Someone says they might want to join.
A recruit? Been a while.
I know, right? Savage says we can't go killing people around here anymore.
We shouldn't be doing that anyhow. You want to join us? We're a gang. You understand that, right? Not some daring adventure bullshit you can brag to your friends about. We steal, we mug, we kill, if we have to. People that come to us have usually run out of options. So are you really interested?
I'm not sure. I need to know more first.
That's smart. Let me tell you about us. What makes the Strikers different is we're family. It's us against every goddamn thing the world can throw at us. If you're in, we'll go through hell and back for you.
It's been a little too much of that hell going round.
Vogel, not the time. We do everything we can to make sure everyone's got a roof overhead and fish in their belly. I prefer we fleece the marks, not kill them. Better for everyone in the long run. But you do what you gotta do.
Why do you keep the gang from killing people?
Ebbside is where all the loser and sad stories end up, once Neon and Administrator Bayou has used them up. Surviving here ain't easy. Sometimes blood's got to flow just to get food based on your plate. But we only take what we have to.
Sign me up then.
Not so fast. I gotta get to know you first. What would you bring to the Strikers?
No offense, but I'm smarter and more competent than anyone you got.
Confident? I like it. You know your own worth. Done anything special? Something that might impress us?
Don't tell anyone, but I'm the Mantis.
Sure you are. Just don't tell Hatchet that. That girl worships the Mantis. I'm not sure what your game is, but if you really want to join, there's a test. You're going up against the Disciples. Everyone in Ebbside's been chewed up and ground up by Neon. Some people snap, and snap hard. The Disciples are maniacs, pure and simple. The test is to find out who has been arming those nutjobs with military-grade hardware.
Do I really need to take a test?
If you're a striker, it means the Disciples are going to come after you hard. But you do this, we know you can hack it, and you're willing to risk your neck.
I like to end as many of the Disciples as I can.
We're fully in alignment there.
I can't understand this sudden urge to join the Strikers gang. I can think of about 100 better ways you could be spending your time.
There's a warehouse they use. One of our friends said there's a slate there that has the info we need.
Oh, that's my job. I was going to go in and make them pay.
You want it? Too bad, Vogel. You go in there, and it's a bloodbath. I want someone that can snatch it from them. Ideally with them never even knowing it happened. Consider this your audition. Try not to get killed, new fish.
I was just getting warmed up.
You really going to walk on by?
If I have to eat fish.
It's overdrive music. Hey, I'm busy. You want the good stuff? Check somewhere else.
I can't believe you're
There's no shame
actually
if you
going to
just
do
walk
this.
away and go back to your pretty little life.
Are the strikers safe here?
Madame Sauvage is a serious player in Ebside. For previous favors rendered, she's protecting us, and even the disciples won't go against her. But we take one step outside, and all bets are off.
How'd you wind up in charge of the strikers?
I had another life, but I lost it all. Taken from me. Vogel and I were cast out on the street. We couldn't find work after months. Things got dark. So crime was the only option. We picked up misfits and unfortunates from there, but all of them fighters. Willing to do anything it takes.
So, just how bad are things?
The disciples have got the numbers. They've got the guns. What we have left are the diehards. But we are a family. We genuinely care about each other and have each other's back. So, we may be down, but we are not beaten.
I had to take out some disciples to do it, but I got your slate.
So, stealth was a no-go, but... shit. You took all of them out. The strikers can use that. So you're in. Everyone thinks the Ebside strikers are out for the count. But now that we know where the disciples are getting their guns, I feel the tide is turning.
I thought you were in dire straits.
As soon as I realized that the disciples had sniper rifles and assault rifles, I ordered everyone to go to ground. But we can't keep it up forever. All we need to be back in the game are weapons of our own.
Let's take this slow. I'm still not sure about you.
Usually, we're an all-in type of thing. But for you, I'll make an exception. You might want to say hello to the rest of the gang. They should be friendlier, or I'll make them friendlier. After you take some deserved R&R, hit up Hatchet for any gear you may need, and a job I got in mind for you.
The Ebside strikers used to rule the streets. Well,
I will not fall. Neon will not defeat me. Huh. So you survived. Andrea thought Briggs wanted you dead, so he sent you away. Andrea was wrong.
She could join the long line of people wishing me harm.
We are more alike than I thought. Everyone is hard because they have to be. These streets and alleys are all I know. They chew up the weak, they leave them broken or dead in the gutters. So don't be weak.
You grow up here all alone?
Oh yes. Every day a different struggle. To stay alive, to stay good in the head. But the strikers and Briggs took me in, gave me a family. I will do anything to protect them. And I mean anything.
Good pep talk there.
You are funny. Funny won't keep you alive. So the job is, we let the streets know the strikers are back. We have signs. Signs that indicate our turf. Hacking the signs is easy. Getting to them or fighting any disciples there, that is the challenge. Briggs said he prefers no blood. But I say, make the disciples bleed at every chance.
Just point the way then.
Here are 3 locations. Good. If you need things too, I can hook you up. It's my job to make sure all the strikers have what they need. Good luck. A lot of the signs are high up. Be careful up there. Very dangerous.
Where'd you get all the stuff you sell?
The strikers steal all sorts of things. I handle the stash. Not sure why me, although I don't think anyone would trust Vogel or Andrea to do it.
If it's so bad on the streets, how do people survive?
Many don't. You can find corpses anywhere. No one notices anymore. And the lucky ones, they have to sell themselves, their soul, beliefs, anything and everything. There is no hope here. Only the struggle.
Let's see what you have for sale.
Here's what I have. Be careful. You smart out there.
Vous l'avez down, haven't you?
Hey, get away from me.
What was the name of that guy? The compact with the dog? Word is the Borealis. You know the DJ? Well, she's moping around because she lost something important.
What have we here? Decided to drop by on Neon and do a little vandalism, huh? There's a steep fine for that. Zero tolerance. Tell you what, you pay the fine now, and I'll let you off with a warning. Or things are going to get messy.
Neon security roughing up, or worse yet, killing a tourist is really bad look.
Maybe. But as soon as you started putting up a striker gang sign, that crosses the line.
You idiot, you're gonna blow my cover.
Yeah, I'm not falling for that one.
I'm happy to sell the old-fashioned way.
You talk a good game. Can you back it up?
I'm here on orders. What? They didn't call you?
Nobody called me. Something's not right here. I'm done talking to you. So either pay up, or you get shot resisting arrest.
I hope this donation to the cause smooths things over.
That's the only language Neon security seems to understand.
Enjoy your stay on Neon.
What I don't sell?
How are you doing? It's been a while since we had a chance to catch up. I'd be making a fortune.